What's up, people? I'm Mwaluma. I'm a photographer and a digital artist. And this is my story. I am a Titan.
Titan?
Yes. By Titan, I mean I am a product of two Taita parents. My home is in, Taita, a place called Rongeju, Mwakaleri. That's my village. I'm the typical village boy. Grew up kukata kuni, kuteka maji, kutumia kuni kupikia. That was a beautiful life. Yeah, born in a family of 8. Yes, my mom is that any will say, as you guys would say. I've seen many people go like they began their careers from, say, they were inspired from childhood and things like that. Mine was different. Growing up, I did not dream of ever becoming a photographer. I grew up a pretty shy boy, so photos are not part of my life. But then school happened, went to high school, and one of my English teachers insisted on me becoming one of the school magazine contributors. So I started writing, and that's how I grew attached to journalism. And I was like, this thing looks fun, could be something I could enjoy doing. Excuse me. So I wrote most part of my high school, especially from, say, Form 2, Form 3 up to 4th form, writing. But then now, when I would go back home, I would spend time just listening to radio, kusikiza radio with my parents. And I remember there's this time I actually it was not necessarily a fight, but it was some instance where my dad is an avid radio listener, and he used to listen to parliament proceedings on KBC. And because they used to come in the afternoon, and the same afternoon, I used to listen to Mzazi, William Tuva. He inspired me to become a journalist. So that particular day, he so wanted to listen to parliament proceedings, and I was like, I would want to listen to Mzazi. It was kind of a big deal. Of course, he won, him being the leader of the family. But slowly I started developing interest into journalism. So after high school, I was like, this is what I was going to do. So yeah, I joined after high school. I was like, my mind is made up. I want to go to journalism school because I want to be like Mzazi, and I want to present Mseto. It was Mambo Mseto, I think, right? Yeah, Mambo Mseto, like he used to. So I went to journalism school, and that's where now the interest in photography came in, because we had a unit in photography. So I did part of photography there. But before I fully indulged into photography, of course, I did the pieces to camera, the radio presenting, and all those things. But then going for attachment, which I went to 2 radio stations, that's where things changed, because I noticed I'm not as talkative as the radio presenters are supposed to be. I'm a bit laid back and who was in a story, as those people would like constantly speak and speak and speak. So after I was given a show to host in the morning at Coach FM for a period of, I think, a week. Once that was done, I think that's when I was like, I do not think I can be able to do this for the rest of my life. Talking to people is not easy. Okay, talking nonstop, it's not easy. It requires someone who, he or she is out there who can do all those, be that person. So for me, I was like, I can't do this. And because I developed an interest in photography and video, back then did some video production, I was like, how about I, instead of now being in studio, in the radio or TV studio, I go out and do something different. So I went back home and talked to my folks. I was like, I do not think radio is for me right now. I want to try something different. So they're like, it's fine. Whatever you want to do, will be supportive. And they've been, wow, they've been super supportive. So they bought me my first camera, and I remember that I used to shoot everything, literally from flowers to people, plants, animals, sunsets, sunrises, basically anything I could come across, I would click away. And it was fun learning. It's been a journey, you know, from shooting everything to kind of developing a niche of what I would want to do. Photoshop helping. It's been an incredible journey from back then. So I started shooting after, when was it? I think 2013 or 2014, thereabouts. But then I also did not start with photos. I started shooting music videos, and I got bored at some point. It was like it's the same thing over and over again, and I could not, at the time, I could not kind of like explore as much as I would have wanted to. So I stopped doing music videos, and then I stuck now to photography. And I was as green as any amateur photographer could be. I met my mentor on Facebook, one Isaiah Makanga. So I texted him because he was doing this amazing job. So I texted him on Facebook, and I was like, hey, I really love your work. Can I tag along to see how your workflow is, like what you do while you're on set? And he was kind enough to let me tag along on one of his shoots. And I remember one of the questions he asked me then when we met. He was like, why do you do what you do? And then before I could answer, he cut me off and told me the reason why you do it, that's what's going to set you apart from everyone else in the business. And that phrase has stuck with me for like since the time we met. It's given me the motivation to be different, to be me, and not like conform to what everyone else is doing. So I tagged along. It was the first time to ever see a speed light, the first time to see a stand. Like, I saw all those things when I shot with him, and I was like, wow, photography is super wide. And it had all these things that I had no idea I had to get. So slowly I would tag along on his shoots, and he would let me take shots of my own. Then I go home, edit, and then send them back. And he would always be ready to correct me, tell me, oh, try this, do not do that. And he also encouraged me to watch a whole lot of YouTube videos, which up until now I still do. There's a lot one can learn from YouTube, and different people, just how they go about their craft, the styles of shooting, editing, the equipment, and all that. So he's been one instrumental person in me becoming who I am today in terms of photography and art in general. So kidogo, after a few months, I got a speed light. Then I got also a softbox and a stand. Then I also started doing portraits of my own, shooting weddings here and there, the small projects. And man, it's, you would not, sometimes I think we kind of take for granted the beginnings and the small steps we take to the small steps of growth, because sometimes I look back at the photos I did a couple of years ago and I'm like, wow, it really has been, mind-blowing. I've really grown, and I've not done this by myself. I literally had this group of people that some I met through, friends, others I met on online forums, and be like, you just post on Facebook and be like, I need, say, a makeup artist to do a collaborative shoot with, and then we just meet and shoot, and from there friendships were developed. And as in, it's for me to be where I am now, it's accumulation of all these different people having a small, it's not a small impact, that's huge, having an impact in my career. Photography, I do not, I think the switch from radio to photography might have been the best thing I've done, or I did, because photography has allowed me to kind of express myself creatively. There are times I would post my work, and then and I know you get these comments like, yo, that's some good job. It's weird, but it's good. I'm like, okay, I like that sentiment, that it's weird, but it's good, because then that means someone out there felt connected to the art I did. And I think that's the most fulfilling bit, that someone appreciates, or feels impacted by the art that either the images that I've done, or be it a caricature that I've also drawn. It's just a double exposure, basically the creations I've done have impacted someone. The joy that I also get from photography, it's the feedback, the client feedback. Yes, I've made lots of mistakes, a lot. I mean, the clients who were disappointed with my work at some point, and they were straight up, they were like, oh, we expected more. And I accept that, because hey, it's growth, right? And from that, I've always strived to become a better person, a better photographer, a better artist, just honing the craft every other day, making sure that the next shoot is better than the previous one. And listening to comments from, be it my clients or friends or family, and they're like, we so love your job, thank you for documenting this for us, or we appreciate what you've done with these images. That is, I think, the ultimate, the ultimate joy, the ultimate satisfaction, that hey, they asked me to deliver, and I've delivered to their satisfaction, and I'm happy. Of course, the money is important. Let no one lie to you. The money is also the sweetest bit of this job. Photography has taken me places I didn't think I would be. I've met people I would never thought in my life that I would meet, all because of, of this thing, photography, the art. And it's been amazing. That's what I can say. Like, the whole journey from the beginning. I almost said beginning, because the Mr. Director here told me to say beginning. But yeah, from the beginning, all the milestones, all the disappointments, all the stressful shoots that I've had, they've all been a stepping stone, to becoming better every day. We always learn. I keep on learning every day. I keep on shooting despite the COVID situation right now, making everything a bit trickier for creatives. But we hang in there. We keep doing personal projects, which have also kind of helped me discover things that I don't think I would have discovered if I was doing the same thing for a client. Because this is the thing, sometimes when I try a new concept, I do it with me. Like I would put a camera, mount a camera on a stand, mount the lights, and then take photos of myself according to that concept, and then probably go on Photoshop and manipulate it to whatever I'm thinking of doing. And I would not do that with someone else's photo. I'm like, I love experimenting with my own images, though some have, okay, most of them have never seen the light of day, because I have this thing where I know chances are most creatives, okay, the creatives I've talked to, they also have the same problem where they would not put out something that's theirs until it's good enough for it to be out there. Like, I would not, I'm a bit skeptical about, putting out new stuff, like the things I've done for myself, because I don't know, being my own harshest critic, I tend to be quite hard on myself with what I do. I'm trying to let go of that, though, to try and be a bit more flexible and know that it's never going to be perfect, and sometimes the imperfections actually make the whole thing beautiful. So yeah, learning to become a better photographer, growing every day, appreciating the moments, all moments, from the beautiful ones like shooting my best friend's weddings, to shooting, say, a baby bump, a maternity shoot, to even the worst ones, like the heart-wrenching moments of a funeral, where you see all these people in tears, and all that, capturing all that emotion. It changes you to a point, because again, I think when you're in that moment, you kind of start learning to appreciate where you are at the time. Like if I'm shooting a wedding, I'm appreciating the love that's there, like for this couple, all the friends that have come and family to celebrate with them. When I'm shooting a maternity, I'm like, this is a beautiful thing that's growing inside this amazing human being. Like it's a miracle to behold. And when I'm shooting a funeral, I'm like, life is fragile, right? So let me celebrate this moment that I am. Let me enjoy this moment, enjoy life at this point. Yeah, it's being a photographer has changed me. I will not lie about that. It literally has made me appreciate life generally, life, nature, art to a point. Yeah, meeting all these amazing people. It's been a great thing to experience the beauty that is photography. I hope to keep shooting, to keep creating, because that's basically, I think, what some of us need to keep doing, even in the midst of what's going on, the pain, the despair, the hopelessness. I think for creatives, it's kind of our job to give, to give the people hope, to show the smiles, but then again show the pain where we can. Yeah, and basically just appreciate the beauty that is life, the ups and the downs. Tambarare pia, we appreciate, everything about it. If you want to connect with me, maybe you have a project that you want, to collaborate with, you can find me on my social media, at Mwaluma on Instagram, Mwaluma Photography on Facebook, and Mwandaviro Mwaluma on that's now my personal Facebook account. So, you can also check the website. It's, if you Google Mwaluma Photography, there's a website that will come up. You can see some of the strange things that have been happening on on that, on my photography life. I post some of my work there too. So thank you. That has been me, Mwaluma Wandaviro. Thanks for joining me, and goodbye.